Hello everyone, my name is June Simpson. Today I'm going to be doing an album review on Somewhere in Time by Iron Maiden. This is my favourite Iron Maiden album, so I just thought I'd do an album review on it. To start off, we have my favourite Iron Maiden album artwork, and one of my favourite artworks of all time. There's so much detail in it. I'm sorry that you can't really see it well because of the camera quality. I'm obviously going to try to fix that soon, but I love Eddie on this cover. And also I love the back of it as well. You can see the band down there. Yeah, and there's so much detail and so many references to previous songs. Like, you can see a bar called Aces High, which is one of the songs from the previous album, Power Slave. Or a seafood restaurant called the Ancient Mariner, which is a reference to Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, which is also from the previous album. And there's so much more that it's just amazing. And you could also see some symbols that appear somewhere else. It's just like one of my favourite album artworks ever made, and it's so amazing. And on the front cover you can see that it takes place in Acacia Avenue, which is a reference to the song 22 Acacia Avenue from Number of the Beast. So that's just amazing. So, we open it up and we get this lovely picture of the band. Love the space background, so 80s. And also we get the lyric sheet as well with this symbol that appears everywhere else, which I really like, but I'm not sure why it appears everywhere. Like, I remember it's on the album cover of the album Killers, which came out in 81, a while before this. And here we have the disc, and it has a nice picture in the front and B-side. So yeah, after I put this away, I'm just going to get onto the track list. So, this only has 2 sides and 8 songs, so this is going to be a pretty short video. Side 1 has Caught Somewhere in Time, Wasted Years, Sea of Madness, and Heaven Can Wait. And side 2 has The Loneliness of the Long Distance Runner, Stranger in a Strange Land, Deja Vu, and Alexander the Great. So, we're just going to start this album review. Right, so we start off the album with the best album opener they've ever had, Caught Somewhere in Time, which is the kind of title track. So yeah, one of the best songs I've ever heard, partially because this was the first song I've ever heard at a concert. Yeah, as I've said before in a previous review, one of my first ones in fact, my first ever concert was Iron Maiden. I saw them in Glasgow in June of last year, so it's absolutely amazing to listen to this album, since this was one of the main albums that they focused on alongside the most recent album, Senjutsu from 2021. So yeah, Caught Somewhere in Time is an absolutely amazing song and one of their longest ones, coming in at 7 minutes and 22 seconds. I have no clue what the song's about, but taking it at face value, I think it's just about like time travel and stuff, which I love it. I love fun songs by Iron Maiden, like I love the serious ones as well, but I love all the fun ones, like talking about time travel and emperors and sci-fi and stuff like that. Just a lot of that stuff's on this album, which is awesome. So, and this song has some of my favourite synth use in any album, and one of my favourite choruses of all time. Next track is Wasted Years. This one is really puts me in a good mood. I love the message of it, and this was the last song at the Maiden concert I was at. Yeah, I think this song is just about not letting yourself get caught up in like bad decisions and stuff. Just like the chorus. So understand, don't waste your time always searching for those wasted years. Love the message of this song and easily one of my favourites. One of the coolest guitar riffs as well. Dave Murray does an amazing job on the guitar as well as Adrian Smith. Next track is a really underrated one, Sea of Madness. This one's one of the heaviest songs they've ever released, especially early in their career, and especially on this album. I think this song is just about the utter chaos that goes on in everyday life. Out in the street somebody's crying, out in the night the fires burn. Yeah, and I love the guitar on this one, as I do for all of the Maiden songs. The next track is Heaven Can Wait. This one, a lot of people don't like this one, but I love this one. It's just so different and cool. A lot of people just don't like the chorus because it's just repeating over and over again, but I like stuff like that. And I love the like part near the middle during the guitar solo that's just like people vocalising. It's just awesome. And yeah, it's just one of my favourite songs of the album. And the guitar solo is absolutely awesome as well. And with that, we end side A. We start off side B with The Loneliness of the Long Distance Runner, which is another underrated track, but in my opinion probably the weakest of the album. Not for any necessary reason, but pretty much just because I find the other tracks more enjoyable and this one just doesn't come off as strong as the other ones. Although it's really good as well, it starts off with a really quiet, calm guitar intro and bass intro. Steve Harris does such a good job on the bass, which we'll see in some other songs. So yeah. Next track is Stranger in a Strange Land. This one really reminds me of my first concert because this was the second song they played after Caught Somewhere in Time, and a man dressed up as Eddie came out in the full Stranger uniform, which was just absolutely amazing. It looked exactly as it does on the single cover and it was just pure bliss watching it. Anyway, yeah, the song starts off with a great drum and bass intro. Steve Harris and Nickel McBrain do such an amazing job on every single thing that they're on. And I love this song as well. It's very like bass-centered, and I love Bruce Dickinson's vocals as well. Bruce does such an amazing job on all the songs with his vocals. He's easily one of my favourite singers of all time. Like, he can hit such high notes when... Like, there's this live performance of one of my favourite songs, Dance of Death, where he's like jumping around and dancing across stage while he's singing, which is absolutely amazing to watch. One day when I do that review, I'm gonna put that video in the description, so you need to watch it. And for next track is, in my opinion, the most underrated Iron Maiden song, Deja Vu. This song is just pure amazing, but no one really notices it whenever they listen to this. Actually, when I first heard this album, this was my least favourite, but now I love it. It's so underrated and everything is so well done, and it's like unbelievable how they actually do it. Like, all the guitars are amazing as well. Hey Mac, sorry about that, I just needed to do something, so that's why it cut off. Anyway, as I was saying, Deja Vu is, in my opinion, the most underrated Iron Maiden song, along with quite a few others that I'll talk about in later reviews. And has some of my favourite vocal performances from Bruce, and everyone's off the charts on this song. Absolutely amazing. Sorry. And finally we get to my favourite song on the album and my favourite Iron Maiden song of all time, Alexander the Great. The song starts off with a spoken word intro. My son, ask for thyself another kingdom, for that which I leave is too small for thee. Then it goes on to just a really quiet section for like a few minutes. Then it just goes full absolute blasting, and then some of my favourite lyrics of all time. And it doesn't even talk about much, it just goes over the life of Alexander the Great from birth to his death. And I remember when I saw this, I lost my mind when I heard the spoken word intro, because, and the guy I was sitting next to, he was just, we were both absolutely blown away. And we started headbanging at the exact same time, exactly when it starts to actually kick in. And has one of my favourite guitar riffs of all time, and Bruce Dickinson's vocals are my favourite they've ever been on this song. And the guitar solo is actually a lot slower, but still is heavy. And after the guitar solo, it goes into a little bridge section, which is just very like steady. And then it goes into like some of Bruce's weirdest vocals. It just goes like really fast but sort of quiet, sort of like mumble singing, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's just, I can't speak highly here of this song. It's the best song they've ever written and one of the best songs I've ever heard. And with that, we finally end the album. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this album review. My three favourite songs from the album are Alexander the Great, Caught Somewhere in Time, and Stranger in a Strange Land. So, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!